Welcome back, everybody. How's it going? We are back with Civilization Restarts. Today, we're going to be starting in Crimea. And today, I'll, the Crimeans are going to be expanding quite a bit, actually. And this is mostly to rival the intense expansion of um, Moscow. And so they're going to be expanding as well. And they're going to expand quite a bit. They're going to expand all the way over here, actually. Hold up. Forgot about this. We have to leave Crimea. Actually, we have to leave this entire portion, honestly. This entire little thing needs to be left alone. That's never getting expanded into, let's be honest. But the rest of this they're gonna be expanding into. Yeah. Okay. That looks pretty actually, wait. Hold up. 1 minute. 1 second. 1 second. Just gotta yeah. Um actually no. Something like this. No. Okay. Hold up. Yep. Okay. Or maybe yeah, yeah, like that. They're going to take over all of this stuff. Pretty big expansion, not going to lie. But you know what? At this point, it's become more and more needed for it to happen just because of the intense expansion that has been done by their northern neighbor, these guys. And not only are they going to expand, but they're also encouraging Georgia and these guys, especially these pink guys, to expand and take control of this entire region so that they can block the big bad Moscow. Likely they are not going to be able to do that though. So they're going to first just expand into this, and then they're also setting their sights on the rest. However, we don't really know what they're going to do with the rest yet. For now, this is pretty temporary of an expansion, and it's mostly just aimed at scaring off the um scaring off these guys. And actually, we're going to also note that there's going to be some internal provinces now, and this outer region is going to be its own thing for now. So yeah, with that we can move on to the next thing, which is going to be the expansion of Moscow. How the tables have turned. So Moscow is going to see all this, and this time they're actually going to expand eastward. Now it's a pretty big expansion also. However, at the end of the day, most of this is just frozen land, so it doesn't really matter too much. But an expansion is an expansion. They're going to expand all the way over there, and they are also going to try to expand in here, but Crimea is going to threaten them and also begin open fire on some of their troops. And instead of declaring war like they should, they're actually going to make the smarter decision and say, you know what, it's just a bunch of mountains. It's okay. We will not be starting a war over this because we know we would get absolutely whooped around by Crimea. Now, Crimea is kind of trapped. They know they're overwhelmingly stronger than Moscow and they could probably wipe Moscow out in a couple of months, but because of the winter, they know they would waste so many resources and they're already struggling as an economy. But you know that doesn't mean that Moscow wouldn't be scared because Moscow would fall either way. It's just that they'll probably take Crimea down with them, which is why both of these guys are really scared of a war right now because they know that whatever happens, both of them are going to end up dying. Anyways, Moscow is now looking really big. Next thing, new countries in Africa. Yes, okay. So first things first, Algeria is actually going to become an independent country. Kind of. That looks really bad. So Algeria is going to become an independent country because uh basically they're sick of red team. So a lot of them are gonna migrate downward. A lot of them are gonna migrate downwards, and well, they'll create a new country right here. It's looking pretty Algerian. Actually, I think I want Algeria to be more green. Yeah, that looks good. So now we have the Algerian Federation, and basically they already claimed the Algerian province. Like this is basically the political party that was in rule of the Algerian province, which is also under direct red team control right now. It's actually not its own thing. It's actually under direct control, which is why this country is now being created because they demanded that this became semi-autonomous like Carthage, like Morocco, but the red team did not agree to that. And so now it's become its own country. Very bad for the red team because now these guys are laying claims to this thing. They're getting closer with the blue team, and the blue team is backing their claims. Not a good look for the red team right now. Next thing we're going to be doing is Central African Republic and new countries in Central Africa. Okay. So the Central African Republic is going to be expanding southward, just kind of like making themselves thicker, making it look less weird, I guess. And honestly, at this point in time, they are by far the strongest country inside of Central Africa. However, that title is slowly starting to slip away because the bigger you get, the more people around you start getting scared and the more countries begin forming. And that is exactly what is going to be happening because after this latest aggression, there's going to be a new country that's going to form in Central Africa in the north. And it's going to be the Northern Central African Republic. There's also going to be another one that's going to be the Northeastern Central African Republic. That's two countries. And then there's going to be another one up here, which is going to be the North Central African Republic. And then there's going to be one in the south, which is going to be the South Central African Republic. Pretty not looking good for the blue team. They wanted this region to be like extremely barren, but it's starting to have more life than they ever wanted. And they're not liking it. Poor blue team. They wanted this to be their playground. It is not being their playground. They're also working on a treaty right now to actually make a little zone over here that's going to be completely just grayed out and not controlled by anybody, which is what they wanted it to be in the first place as well. We'll see how that goes, but first let's give these guys some colors. So let's give uh okay, green, those guys. Is that anybody else? That's kind of these guys. Okay, not really. Blue, sure, and then we'll give yellow. Then we'll also give pink. Yeah, that looks good, I guess. So yeah, the creation of all of these smaller countries is not looking too good for Central African Republic because their monopoly is dying pretty fast. But you know what? It is what it is. At the end of the day does end. And right now, there is a blue team ultimatum to all these countries to basically just stop expanding and let this entire region become gray. However, that is not going to work, likely. Likely not going to work. We don't know what the future holds in store for us. Is there any gray territories even left still? Just this, just Italy. That's pretty much it. Other than Italy, the entire world is up for grabs. Italy, honestly, probably gonna get taken by Vienna as well. Probably a red team Vienna split at Rome. Probably, most likely. That's what's probably gonna happen. Next thing is new kind of Asia. Yes, the Asian green team. These guys, they're gonna start getting pretty scared, and they're actually going to expand a little bit over here and over here. They're just gonna expand a little bit. And the reason for this expansion is they're becoming scared of not only the red guys, but also Japan, because Japan is starting to develop Korea way more. And it's starting to scare these guys because they're like, yo, if Japan is investing this much into Korea, why would they not just take this fully developed land that's already has a ruler and the people that are sick of the ruler? So, you know what? That is starting to become an issue. So they expand to basically make them more in depth, I guess. Okay, actually, I want to redo this expansion. It looks pretty bad. Let's. Okay. Um. Okay, no, wait. Let's give them like this. Okay, I'll take it. Looks good enough. Looks pretty bad, actually. We are going to be redoing that. Maybe like this. And then like this. No, that looks so bad. We'll just expand this way. It's okay. Don't know why they would be expanding towards Japan, but it's fine. They're establishing a buffer zone. Yup. Meanwhile, however, in the south right here, these guys are gonna go to war with these guys because they need land. And the people helping them in this is gonna be Shanghai, who's also sick of these guys because they thought that they were going to be the ones that were going to take the north, but no, it's a random new country. And so this invasion is launched in secret. Shanghai does not publicly say they're helping these guys, but it's pretty clear. And the first thing that's going to happen is this open port, the only open port that these guys have, is going to be taken. From here, a heavy naval blockade is going to be launched over the entire strait. Green team's gonna get involved. They're gonna start helping these guys quite a bit. It's not really gonna work though. And the red team is gonna use the element of surprise to their advantage. They're gonna launch a massive invasion. And they're just gonna kinda hug the coast until they get pretty close to the capital. They want this to be over fast and like decisively so they get an unconditional surrender. And that is literally exactly what's going to happen. The capital is going to mostly fall and then completely surrender. And from here, it's going to be an unconditional peace treaty. Not looking too good. So, as a part of this peace treaty, it's mostly just going to be a little bit of annexation here and there. But still, it's a change in the border. And it's a big change because this actually gives the red team in Shanghai a land border now, which is why Shanghai was not saying that they're allied with the red team publicly, because if they did, then the Cyan guys would have just kept fighting. They would have been like, nah, we cannot let these guys have a border with each other. Meanwhile, the capital has been completely burnt, so it will be moved to another nearby city, which is a big mistake. They should have just chose something more like over here. But they only have like 3 major cities, and actually 4. One of them just got taken, the other just got burnt. So they have two left. They're choosing this one because it has better protection around it. Um, yeah, with that, I hope you guys did end up enjoying this video. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I haven't uploaded in a while. That's because I was sick. But we are back with some regularly scheduled videos. So I hope you guys do end up enjoying. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Today was a short one, but it's okay. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.